Hi, Bondy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hello, how are you?
Doing well. Yahoo! I can't believe I made it into one of your lives.
Thank you for joining me.
And I'm actually talking to you. But anyway, I won't waste your time. Um, I have a situation. I'm a much older lady. I'm 58.
Okay.
But I think maybe you might be able to help me because this is in regards to my relationship with my 25-year-old son.
Okay.
He's my only child. I never married his father, but it was difficult raising him just because of interference with his father.
Okay.
So the stuff the guys are doing nowadays, of making all kinds of bills and stuff for mothers to pay to try and bankrupt them, basically,
Mhm.
that's what his dad did to me.
Okay.
Then as soon as my son graduated high school, dad was like, "Deuces, I'm out of here," and neither one of us has heard from him again.
Mm.
Except for the fact that when my son graduated high school, he got a scholarship to a small PWI in Oklahoma, and
Okay.
his dad wrote a letter to the PWI telling them to rescind the scholarship because he didn't want him going there. He didn't want him playing football. Just all kinds of craziness.
That is
Um,
crazy.
it was extremely crazy. Thankfully, the university paid no attention to the letter, but they did tell my son about it once he got there to enroll. But anyway, that's just to give you a little bit of background.
Okay.
Fast forward to today, my son has graduated. He graduated with his master's degree, and
Congratulations.
oh, it was a blessing. You don't know how happy I was when I found out about that. But he graduated, and shortly before he graduated, he was offered a position at a small rural Oklahoma school district as their football defensive coordinator and as a science teacher.
Okay.
He started dating a white young lady when he was around, I guess, 20
Uh,
years old is when I remember. He's always dated white girls. That's never been really an issue for me.
okay.
Um, I've never told him you can only date black girls or anything like that. I have asked him why he doesn't date black girls, and he would say things like the girls at his school are super ghetto and they're loud and boisterous, and they just want the gangster kind of dudes or the wannabe, Crips and Bloods kind of dudes.
The
That's all they
college
want to
students?
be. This is when he was in high school. He
Okay.
would say that because
Okay.
by the time he got to college, it was a small PWI. So the majority of the people there are white, except for other athletes.
Gotcha.
But as I said, he's always dated white girls. Most of his friends were white or Hispanic, or he dealt with the whole crew.
Mhm.
So I never had any concerns or issues with that. I am very pro-black, especially if you want to get into politics. I'm always talking about black folks this, black folks that, and reminding or trying to give him some history because school districts nowadays don't give y'all any history really.
True.
So he met a young lady while he was going to college. She went there for 1 year and then she stopped going and she got into a nursing program, but they stayed together. And I knew for a long time that he really liked her and that he would probably end up marrying her, which again was not a concern of mine because, like I said, he's always dated white
Right.
girls.
That's his
So
thing.
I,
That's his wave.
that's the thing. Well, apparently the white girl and her family aren't too cool with me.
Mm.
And I did not realize it until um as I started going back into my mental Rolodex. I didn't realize it until after he graduated with his master's. Because I remember him calling me one weekend over that summer and saying things like, you always talking about pro-black stuff and you always talking about politics. And I'm like, well, yeah, I know. And he's like, well, why do you have to post all this stuff on Facebook? And I'm like, I'm just posting what I'm thinking and I'm feeling, and in case don't nobody know, it's also information for them. But it's nothing at all. But the fact that he brought it up, I thought was weird
Right.
because I've been doing that kind of thing forever. So why are you now making a comment about it?
Mm-hmm.
And then he started making other comments about he made a comment that I was really pro black. And I looked at him like, huh? So anyway, fast forward, he leaves to move to where he has to go to work now. And I, single mother, been doing the best I can, but I had promised him that I would give him a little piece of change when he got ready to go move on. And I had acquired a car that I was having repaired that I was giving to him.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, but I thought I was going to help him do his move. But come to find out, no, he didn't need my help to do the move. He had it all together. But
Okay.
he's telling me he's scheduled a U-Haul truck and, he's got all this stuff together and he's just waiting till it's time to go. Then
Mm-hmm.
when it's time for him to go, all of a sudden, there were no U-Hauls to be found. And so his girlfriend's family, they're going to come and move him. But he don't need my help. But he do need me to send him the money that I said that I was going to send
Uh-huh.
so he could pay his rent. Anyway, I started noticing after that I could
Hold on,
never
hold on.
get him to come
I,
home. I could never get him to call me. Apparently the girlfriend had, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just gonna say already I'm starting to it is making me feel imitation of life-ish. Like I don't really like it. Like it's
But
making me feel
believe
away.
me, I'm really I'm feeling away myself, but I need somebody else's opinion about some things because I don't know, you might be able to tell just from the way that I talk and the way I'm coming across. I can be a bit aggressive. I can be a little bit loud. Um, I'm the I guess you could say I'm your nemesis or the flip side of you zodiac wise. I'm a Sagittarius. So,
Yeah.
sometimes we can be loud and wrong. I'm the
Okay.
first one to acknowledge that, though. I'm very much
Hey,
the first one.
acknowledgement is the first step. Okay. A lot of
And,
people can't
and
even
actually,
acknowledge
I'll
it.
be waiting and wanting somebody to check me. Please check me. Please let me know that what I'm saying is wrong so I can shut the fuck up. But if you're not telling me,
Okay.
then I don't know. But
Okay.
anyway, I'm sorry, I
Right. I'm
digress.
sorry. No, yeah, let's get back into it.
So anyway, it's just been he and I for the longest, and I always knew the day was gonna come that he was gonna find his woman. So I never had any issue with anything to do with their relationship, but I started realizing that they had or she had an issue with me because I started realizing that they wouldn't invite me to come down to the new place, but her people were coming down every weekend. And then when I mentioned it, my son was just like, "Well, they just come down and I'm like, so what? Am I just supposed to pop up? Because I'm trying to be respectful of you and her, since y'all are there together. I'm trying to be respectful of y'all and y'all's home. I ain't gonna just pop up. And so he was like, well, let me see when, and I'll let you know. And then that's when it got to be if I was there, then now her people weren't coming. And if I wasn't there, then her people would show up. And so then I spent Thanksgiving with them. And I was there for several days. And the night of Thanksgiving, after we ate and everything, we all sat up watching a movie, me, her, and him. And then we go to bed, and then they get up at 3 o'clock that Friday morning to pack their things because they're going to Kansas, where her people are, to finish up Thanksgiving there. But I'm not invited. So I packed up my things and my dog, and we got back in my car, and we left and went back to Texas.
Did you say anything to your son about that?
Well, yes, I did. And he tried to explain it to me as it's some type of family ritual thing that they have going on. and only direct members of the family can be there to participate in whatever these festivities are that they do that starts on what's typically Black Friday. And because I'm not really a part of the family, I can't go. But I point out to him, but you're not a part of their family either. And he was like, well, yeah, I kind of am, even though we're not married yet, they still see me as, a part of the family. So I was just like, oh, okay, I'm not even gonna trip with y'all. All right. So they left, and then I packed up and I came on home. But I was still talking to him. We were still having conversation. And then it came up to December, and he came up for my birthday. It was midnight before he arrived. My birthday was pretty much over with, but he came and he brought her with him. And I thought we were getting along well. But 2 days later, they packed up to leave. And so I was just like, y'all leaving already? And he was like, well, yeah, her birthday's coming up soon, and she wants to do Christmas with her people. And then her birthday is right after that. And then, then she wants to do New Year's with her people. So, we're going to get on down the road. And so I said to him as he was leaving, well, okay, I hate that you guys are leaving after 2 days, but look, just remember, if you can go north on I-35, you can also come south on I-35. And he got extremely angry at me and started telling me, be quiet, don't say that. I'll talk to you later. And so he pushed her on into the car, and then they left. And then I never heard from him. He didn't call for Christmas. He didn't call for New Year's Eve. But I'm seeing him posting pictures of him and their family and the matching PJs and all they're posting all that stuff, but he's not answering my calls when I try to call him. And 2 months later, in February, I finally get a hold of him, and he starts telling me about how he was angry that I said that about going north on 35, and he didn't understand why I had to say that. And I told him I didn't understand what the problem was with saying that. Anyway,
because he
I'm
already
still.
feels guilty. That's why.
Well, I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's him
No,
feeling guilty,
he
or
does.
if he's telling her one thing and doing something different with me.
What do you mean?
Like, I feel as if when he's talking to me, he's amenable to everything that I'm talking about. He's very agreeable. But then after he and I finish a conversation, the next time I talk to him, it's you calling me too much. I'm too busy. I don't have time for all this.
Yeah,
But you haven't
because
called me at all, son. I'm the one
let
that's
me tell
doing all
you.
the calling.
Let me explain.
Okay.
To me, what I'm feeling is that he absolutely is ostracizing you because the
Oh
wife and the
yeah.
wife's family don't feel comfortable with who you are. So now
Yeah.
he all of a sudden, and probably not all of a sudden, he probably has felt in some ways uncomfortable with who you are, but that's a him problem, not a you problem. And as it pertains to the situation, he's doing exactly what he wants to do. But when you call him and he know it's been a while, it does make him feel bad. He knows you're his mother. He knows that he's the only one that you have. And so when you're calling him, it's a reminder that he is ostracizing you. And so it is making him feel bad. And I understand that you are his mother, so it hurts you. The only thing I can understand from this viewpoint is how, even when I don't feel like talking to my mom, I will answer the phone for her, or I'll sit on the phone and listen to her talk because I don't ever want her to feel like I don't care about her, or, I don't want to talk to her. Even when I don't feel like it, I still will sit on the phone with her because I want her to feel that I care, because I do. So for him to be doing that, that's why I know that he is feeling anxiety about you, pressing on him that, hey, where are you? Why aren't you calling me? Why aren't you checking up on me? And I think that he is doing what a lot of Black people do, which is allowing the allure of whiteness to pull you away from the people that really care about you. Now all of a sudden you only care about how shit looks. And for you to be a part of their family is probably almost a vibe that he has to shun you in order to be a part of that white girl's family. And it sounds like he really wants badly to be a part of that white girl's family, even if that means
Well,
ostracizing you. And I think that's hurtful and I think it's fucked up. And I'm really sorry that that's happening to you. I really am. And it's making me angry. But a part of me wants you to actually let go and let God.
okay, that's what I needed to hear. I really needed to hear that part. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I just gave you a little piece of it. The big thing was he started alienating me off of a lie that she told him. It was a huge lie, but whatever this lie, and it was a stupid lie, stupid lie. But she told him a lie, and I
And he
guess
went
him
along with
trying
it.
to be a man or whatever, he decided to just believe her lie, sight unseen, because she turned on the white girl tears, and that's when he cut me off. Was in April of last year
Mm.
on Mother's Day. And see, but I didn't know this. I had no idea that this was going on. I just knew Mother's Day came and I didn't get no card. I didn't get no flowers. I didn't get no text. I didn't get no phone call. I didn't get nothing. But again, there's a post on Facebook where he's spending Mother's Day with somebody else. So I commenced trying to call him and find out what's going on. And when I finally get a hold of him, he says to me, I spent Mother's Day with the people I wanted to be with.
Yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. The only thing,
So
listen,
I
the
took
only
I took
thing,
that and I said, okay. And then the next thing I know, I find out he's gotten engaged to the girlfriend. And now they're set to get married on March the 7th. And me being the stupid mama that I am, because I got an old school Mississippi mama that always taught me you still got to do what it is you know you're supposed to do, even if other folks ain't doing what they're supposed to do. So I would still call at least once a month, but never got a response. But in January, now he's calling.
mm,
Did you get the invitation? Are you coming to the wedding? I
mm-hmm,
said, why would I show up there for what?
mm,
It's inappropriate at this time. You told me you spent Mother's Day with the people you wanted to be with, and
mm-hmm.
that wasn't me. I haven't heard from you. You haven't tried to clear this whole situation up, and I've tried to call you, and you've not once tried to check in on me. Not once. But now you want to know, am I going to show up to your wedding? So he goes, okay, mama, you right, you right. I was mad because I felt like you weren't letting me grow up and make my own decisions. Dude, you've been making your own decisions since you decided to go up there. I ain't had nothing to do with none of that. I just supported you.
Mm-hmm.
Now all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. 2 years ago, you wrote me a 5-page letter on Mother's Day telling me how great and wonderful I was as a mother. How you wouldn't have even gotten as far as you gotten if it weren't for me as your mother.
So wait, let
And
me
now
ask you,
you telling me you
let
spent
me ask
Mother's Day
you
with
this.
the people you wanted to be with?
Listen, let me ask you a question. So when is the wedding?
March the 8th.
Have you decided if you're going to go or not?
I said that I'm not going. And I told him that I'm not going simply because I feel like it's inappropriate because he hasn't done anything to try and make me feel like I'm his mother.
Did he say
He's
anything?
done
Did he
nothing.
respond to that?
He told me that having another conversation about that is not going to change the status of our relationship.
Then going to the wedding shouldn't change the status of the relationship. And now it is time for you to work on letting that go emotionally.
And
Because
that's why I said I needed to hear that. Because
yeah,
I have my sister and I have other family members and my girlfriend, my best friend telling me, oh, girl, you can't do that. You got to be there for your child. You got to be there.
no,
And I can't, why do I have to set myself up for that kind of hurt and humiliation?
exactly,
Why?
exactly. And I don't feel like they've created a safe space for you. So I personally wouldn't even feel safe to go. Do you know what I'm saying? Like The way he's responding as if you've done something to him, talking about, no. At the end of the day, if you don't want me in your life, then I don't need to be at your wedding. Congratulations. Have a good time with that. But fuck no. Absolutely not. Um, and if he wants to rectify the situation, then maybe there'll be an anniversary that you can be at. But at the end of the day, like, this may not even be the only wife, child. The way these people get together, be together for 2-3 years and then break up, child, there might be another wedding, okay? But I feel
Right?
like you need to protect your peace and you need to work on letting that go. And if you go, then it will like reignite the feeling. And I think you need to work on just letting him be where he's at with it, and just know that eventually he's gonna feel like shit. Eventually, there's no way around it. He's gonna feel like shit about it at some point. But I think the only way that he'll really get it is if you stop.
That's what I
Don't
needed to hear. I
throw your
really
hands
needed
up.
to hear that because I mean that's where I'm at. I've been foolish anyway, calling every month and not getting a response. So, and I just don't understand why it's important now. And he's not shown me any kind of allegiance. He's not shown me any kind of loyalty. He's not
Him-
shown me any care or respect. I mean,
Right.
as far as he knows, I could have been dead in the
Right.
last few months.
Exactly.
He
And
don't
that's,
know.
if for nothing, that's one of the main reasons why you answer and you call and you check in, because you never know what can happen. I've already lost a parent. And sometimes my friends will tell me how they mind work on their nerves, they'll block them. And I'm like, I wish I could. You know what I'm saying? But I can't, because if something happens, I need her to be able to reach me. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the
I
day,
do.
I need to get better. Me, myself, personally, I need to get better about not allowing her to work my nerves, because my mom will call me over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I was just in
Oh,
a
I know how
bathroom.
that is.
I was just in a bathroom,
Mhm.
baby. Okay. I couldn't answer the phone because I was on the toilet, and you done called me 50 million times as if somebody was about to murder me. It's crazy. Okay.
No,
So
my mom used to do the same thing.
so I know what the feeling is to like make sure that you are there for your parents. Because nobody's perfect, but at the end of the day, if your people took care of you, you're supposed to be there. That's how I feel about it. And I feel like this is one of those things where you just have to let him learn this lesson on his own, because eventually it's gonna show up. There's no way it's not gonna show up. If you have to give up your damn mama for a relationship with somebody, at some point that relationship
Exactly.
is gonna disintegrate. And he'll come back to you,
Exactly.
"Mama, I'm sorry." And hopefully by then you'll be healed enough to forgive him. And I'm sure you'll, just open with open arms. But
I'm
until
healed enough for it right now. If he would just be
if he would
man
do that,
enough to say, Mama, I know all this shit has been real fucked up and I'm sorry for this bullshit. I'd really like for you to be there because you've been there for every other important time in my life. If he could just do that, but he won't. It's like it really is like he's clenching his teeth. Cause then I can get a text from his old roommate, and his old roommate will be like, "Yo, Miss Mary, you really not gonna be there at the wedding? Cause he really said he really wanted you to be there, and I can't believe you." I'm like, what is he telling y'all? Cause that's not what
mm,
he's telling me.
mm-mm. No, I think he's telling them that because he wants other people to help guilt you into coming, because it's about image. And I think that
Mhm.
even when he ostracizes you, he probably still has his, people that are around him that know you're a good mom, that are going to feel a way about you not being there. Like, obviously something's
All
going
of
on.
his friends, all of
So
his friends,
so all
every
of it
single one of his friends.
feel a way about
Because
you.
all of his friends were always amazed with our relationship because their moms were never involved in their whole football playing and all that. Especially once they got to college, their moms didn't care other than the fact that they got to college.
Mhm.
But the fact that they played football, their moms didn't go to. I was driving all over Texas, Oklahoma, and Arkansas, putting around, spending nights in hotels sometimes just so I could watch him play. And we ain't even talking about no D1 school. Okay, this is not even a D1
Right.
school.
Like,
I'm
nigga, you
just
wasn't
trying to
even
be
about
there
to
to
go pro.
support him.
You wasn't even about to go pro, and I was supporting you. Yeah, no, my
Hell,
mom.
he wouldn't even be able to play football right now if I didn't have it written into my custody agreement because his daddy was acting like a fool about him playing football. So I had to have the judge put it into the custody agreement that
You know what that
my
tells
son
me?
had the right to play football.
You know what that tells me? That tells me you did all you could do, which means you don't need to feel any type of way about this. Like, I think you need to just commit to yourself whenever you feel a way that this is a him thing. This is a part of his journey to fuck up y'all relationship. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he needs to figure something out for himself, but this is not, it's not your cross to bear. And I think you should put yourself first at this time. I think all the times that you did not put yourself first because you were being a good mother, I think that you are
I
owed.
was trying to.
No, I think you are owed this time to focus on yourself and not allow him uh to affect how you feel about yourself. Because I imagine that when you put this much effort and love into a child and it doesn't seem returned, it can feel like you're the fucked up one,
Well,
even
I
when you
mean,
feel you've done
for
all
it to
you
happen so
can.
quickly, because like I said, just 2 years ago, I got a 5-page letter sitting right here from him. Not only just 2 years ago, saying how great and
Yeah,
wonderful I am.
yeah. I'm
And
sorry.
now, and when I try to ask him, well, what's the problem? What is it that you are upset with me about? And
Mm-hmm.
he'll come up with stupid stuff like, oh, remember senior night at my football game? And the last 5 minutes of the game, where was you? Nigga, I had been freezing my ass off, so I went and sat in the car.
Not the
That's where I
last five
was. But
minutes
I'm
of the
still
game.
listening to the game. I'm still watching the game. What are you tripping on?
Mama, I'm gonna tell you this and I'm gonna let you go.
Oh,
But I'm gonna tell you this. When I
all
tell
right.
you, every single black man that has decided to be with a white woman and they know they had a good black mama do the exact same things. They do the exact same shit. They ostracize the black side of their family because they low key feel some type of shame and guilt about it. Also, however, the white side makes them feel about their family, it also dictates what they do and how they act. They also feel like you're going to always be there. So they can push you away for this moment because you'll always be there. That's what's going on in their minds. And essentially, I feel like in some ways it is like a catchback. Even though you've always been a great mom, it's almost like there were these things that they can now go back and find, like you said, to make it seem like their treatment of you is okay, even though it's not. And they do feel the negative feelings that they're acting like they don't feel about being with a white woman or only wanting to be with white women. Um, so, that's something your son is going to have to figure out on his own. But I do want to reinforce that you should not go if you don't want to. If at the last minute you feel like it's on your heart to do and you change your mind, that's your prerogative to do so. But if you feel like the best way to keep your peace and your sanity and your heart safe is to not attend and to give yourself some space from trying to make that relationship work, then I think you should do exactly that and let your son figure it out for himself. But thank you so much, Miss Miriam, for calling in. I appreciate you so much for being my first caller because I was about to hang this shit up. But
I know, and I'm so glad you held on for a little while longer because you really did help me. I appreciate you taking the time. Thanks so much.
thank you. Have a good evening.
All right.
Okay. Oh, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all. This. I'm so grateful that she did it. Okay. So next Wednesday, I will come back and we will try this again. Next time I'll just post the StreamYard link. Y'all, I hate that it keeps sticking like this. I don't know what's going on. I think it's StreamYard or something. I don't know. But thank you again, Miss Miriam, for coming in. Thank you for supporting. I appreciate you, and I'm really happy I could help. Um, we'll come back next week. We'll do it again. Okay. But we are 46 minutes in. Hopefully next time more y'all will call in and we can have more than one caller in the show. But we're gonna grow it behind my paywall, and once I get to a place where I feel like, it's good and it's popping, then I'll start releasing it to the public. Let me see, what are some of y'all comments before I get out of here? Okay, when my brother married a clear woman, he stopped talking to me, my mom, and sisters. Oddly enough, he still talks to my dad, and my dad sees nothing wrong with it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. One of my friends has the exact same situation with her brother. Yes, please do this again. I want to call in. I just gotta find the strength. I understand. It's hard, but I only want to do it in a way where I don't have to read shit, because I was grateful that the lady that wrote me that email actually wrote a legible email to me. But a lot of times people do not write legible shit, so I don't be wanting to read it. But thank y'all so much for coming through tonight. Let's try it again. It's time for my motherfucking advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. It's time for my motherfucking advice. Yeah. Okay. I think I did good. Okay. I'm gonna keep doing it live until I get it perfect. It'll be different every time. Damn it. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming through, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.